we want to talk about the Rozvi State. So let's write subheading Rozvi State. Let's write subheading Rozvi State. We want to look on the last what item that we have on the Rozvi State. We want to look on the external factors. Let's write external factors that led to the downfall of the Rozvi State, which were the outside factors. The last time we met, we were talking about the internal factors, the inside factors that contributed to the demise, that contributed to the collapse of the Rozvi State. So today we want to talk about outside influence that led to the downfall of the Rozvi State. So we see that the Rozvi State, it collapsed because of the Nguni incursions. It collapsed because of the Nguni incursions. Other books, they refer it as what? As Mufetane. So there were chiefdoms who fled during the time of Mfetane, who were staying in the Nguni land. So these chiefdoms, they fled from the Nguni land. One of the chiefdoms in the Nguni land became so prominent. That chiefdom was known as Chaka. These people were known as the Zulu people. So it was known as Chaka of the Zulu. So it became so dominant, it became so prominent in the Nguni land. So because of that now, other chiefdoms now, they feared Chaka and they ran away from what? From Chaka. So those were the chiefdoms who passed through the Rozvi State now, destabilizing the Rozvi State, leading to the downfall of the Rozvi State. So we have got number one. Let's write number one. We've got this chiefdom who was called Zwangendaba. Zwangendaba. These people were known as the Ngoni people. So one of the days, as he was fleeing from Chaka, he passed through the Rozvi State, fought with the Rozvi. He had to fight with the Rozvi. So fighting with the Rozvi now, it contributed to the downfall of the Rozvi state. So one of the days again, another chiefdom also passed through the Rozvi State. This chiefdom was called Soshangane. It was called Soshangane. These people were known as the Shangane. These people were known as the Shangane and the people. So they passed through the Rozvi State, they fought with the Rozvi, and when they fought with the Rozvi, they proceeded with their journey. Again, leading to the downfall of the Rozvi State. Then number three, we also have got this chief was called Sebetwane. He was called Sebetwane. These people were known as the Kololo. Let's say Kololo. Yes, they passed through the Rozvi, fought with the Rozvi people. They also proceeded with their journey. Then we also had another chiefdom who was called Sobuza. He was called Sobuza. These people were known as the Ngwane people. They also passed through the Rozvi State, fought with the Rozvi, proceeded with their journey. But fighting with the Rozvi now, it destabilized the Rozvi state. I think we still remember the internal problems. The Rozvi, they were already facing internal problems. So these people fighting with the Rozvi now, it contributed to the downfall, the demise, or the collapse of the Rozvi state. Then we also have got number five. We also have got this chiefdom who was called Msena Mwaba. He was called Msena Mwaba. These people, they were known as the Soto people. So they also passed through the Rozvi State, fought with the Rozvi, and they proceeded with their journey, and they again contributed to the downfall of the Rozvi State. Then number six now, we talk about the leaders. Mzilikazi of the Akumalo or the Ndebele. He also passed through the Rozvi State. It is said that in 1839, the Ndebele, they came. When they came, they found the Rozvi already crumbling. The Rozvi was already facing my problems. So it became easy for them to defeat the Rozvi. So when they fought the Rozvi now, they defeated the last ruler of the Rozvi State, who was called Chinisa Muru II. So when they defeated the last ruler of the Rozvi State, they proceeded to Matopo and they established a new capital in Matopo, which was called Gibiklegu, which was called Gibiklegu, which was called what Gibiklegu. So this now marked the end of the Rozvi State and the beginning of the what? Of the Ndebele State. So in our next lesson now, we are going to look on the Ndebele State. We no longer have this state called what? The Rozvi State, because of the problems that were taking place internally, because of the external problems now being fought by different chiefdoms now. It led this state to what? To a crumble. So by so doing, by the time the Ndebele arrived, it became easy for them to defeat the Rozvi. It's similar to what I'm going to teach you today. For example, John is not feeling well. John so is not what feeling well. He's coughing and he's facing problems. He's not well. So what happens now? If a person comes in the name of Zangendaba, if he hits Johnson and Johnson, you have a problem, go and what happens? Johnson already is at the hospital, he's not feeling well. This person now Zangendaba will send Johnson. Then another person comes again with a stone. I know you, Johnson, and beating what at Johnson. It means that this person again, yes, we send what at Johnson. A third person comes now with a stick. You Johnson, Johnson. Again now putting problems on Johnson. By the time this group now came, the Rozvi were already weak. So it became easy for them to defeat what? The Rozvi State. So that is what we have on the downfall of the Rozvi State, the external problems that led to the downfall of the Rozvi State. Thank you so much. I'm Dr. Moso.